All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of 20 to Midnight, the D&D stream where three heroes have to race against the clock in order to save the world. I am your dungeon master, Gabriel Urbina.
And I am Beth Eyre, playing Helena Hailstorm, a fighter from the Veldrin Empire, and I am here in London Town.
I am Sherr-Ziarko. I am playing who am I playing? Calistoga Vance.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh boy, it's been a few weeks. AKA Cal, a tiefling sorcerer from Basseranoff. And I am here in Santa Fe, New Mexico, the land of entrapment.
Yeah, entrapment. Combine the two.
Yeah.
The land of something. The land of lots of things.
Yeah, it is.
And my name is Mike Schubert. I am a player playing the role of Satus in Karatum of Kilmoltron. He's a bard, and I am currently, in this edition of Where in the World is Mike Schubert, I'm in Dublin, Ireland, the land of Guinness. Here on tour, and it's great, and I'm very excited to be in a different place for the next couple of streams, and I'm gonna get to see Beth in person next week. Let's
so
go.
Exciting! We've never met in real life.
I know.
Amazing. Thank you, everyone, for dealing with us having a bit of a hiccup in our schedule last week. I was out sick. I'm still getting completely back to 100%, so my voice work may be even shakier than it normally is. But
come on.
But we're very excited to get back to the adventure. Which, by the way, what happened the last time that we played? Our heroes found themselves in the city of Cloudfall, high in the mountains that separate the Veldrin Empire from the southern half of the continent. They were tasked with rising to the top of Mount Firmament, the tallest peak in that mountain range, in order to talk to their friend Maeve's mysterious patron, someone that will be able to perhaps give them some insight into what is happening with the evil vampires plot that has somehow been going on around them and these baby dragons that they have recently hatched. They sought help from the local Alpine Society, the Snow Leopards, and were roundly asked for tons and tons of money for these services. Money that they did not, in fact, have. But they were able to find help from an unlikely source, the young, aspiring mountain climber Maisie Summerspring, who asked them to give her a chance to help them as a way of proving herself as an expert alpine guide. And so, with Maisie helping them out, they began the climb. They had lots of adventures, rising the first half of the mountain, but as the day ended, they found themselves nearing the point of exhaustion, and so they stopped at a ledge which contained a small cave. As they explored the cave, however, something began to move in the darkness, and Maisie saw what it was with just enough time to react and tell them not to look at it before she started turning to stone. And you guys began to at least glimpse the outline of a large, reptilian, scaly creature that is starting to sleepily peer at you in the dark, its rest having been disturbed. By the way, it's been a second since we've talked, Mike, about where the Void Keeper that you are carrying is. I did a little bit of back of the napkin math, and I believe that it would now be showing 186 days.
Okay,
given the various times that you've stopped and rested and traveled to get places, I believe that you will have now been carrying that for around 2 weeks now.
Okay, I also appreciate that you meant by saying where it is, you are referring to where it is on the timer and not in terms of where it is. And I was like, oh, I didn't lose it, right?
Yeah. As you were climbing, it just fell out of your pocket. But it comes back, doesn't it? Return if you lose it.
So
Yes,
far.
it does.
So far.
Okay, good.
So
Thank
far.
goodness. And I need to remember that for the future. But that makes me very happy.
When it was confiscated in the jail back in Cold River, you a second later found it returned to your pocket. It seems to be fairly aggressively bonded to you.
Amazing. Love to hear that.
Great.
Alrighty. And here we are. I'm almost certain that this is about to be a case where all three of you have to roll initiative, but does someone want to do something before we do that? I think you have just about a split second before this thing lunges at you.
No, I think we might be rolling initiative unless you guys have something.
Unless we wanna try to get our little baby dragons to safety, but I think they might be safest in our packs. Or
I think my idea would be to sort of run at everyone to make sure we're just looking, down
oh yeah, good idea.
as a start.
Yeah, taking Maisie's advice as an opener sounds like a great beginning.
Yeah.
Let me
We'll
just
look
take
away
a-
ever so slightly. Uh-oh.
All right,
What's
great.
going
No,
on?
that all sounds great. I was just taking a moment to
I hate
look at
that.
a quick consultation on the rules.
Oh, great.
Cool.
All right.
Always fun.
Yep. All right. So you're all kind of staring down.
Yeah.
At least just not looking directly at the thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Everybody, roll initiative, please.
All right.
Great.
I got a 10 plus 1 for an 11.
12 plus 1 for 13.
I got a 15 plus 2 for 17.
Oh my cow.
I never do well on initiative.
Take it, though.
Yeah.
Helena, where were you at? Sorry.
Oh, 12 plus 1 for 13.
And Satus.
I was at an 11. 10 plus 1.
Cal, you will go first.
Okay. All right. I would say, okay, what's the first thing? I almost never go first. I would say first thing I'm going to do is move. I'm going to move back a bit and try to hit it with a firebolt
Like it.
without looking directly at it.
That will mean that you will be rolling with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
That makes sense. Oh, that was a good roll. That was not terrible though. 13 plus 7 for a non-natural 20.
Dang. Yeah. All right. You are able to
Yeah.
kind of see the outline of this thing in your peripheral vision, and that is enough for you to nail it with a burst of magic.
Nice.
So roll me that damage, please.
Okay, so the damage is now 2d10. So,
Dang.
and I got 2 8s, so that's 16 damage.
This is a cantrip?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
That would teach it.
that's right.
Alrighty. It is now the creature's turn. Which actually, everybody just roll me a quick nature check.
Sure.
Yeah.
That would be a 9 plus 3 for a 12.
16 plus nothing for a 16.
19 plus 2 for 21.
Yeah. Beth and Emma, Helena and Cal know what this thing is. This is a basilisk.
Oh dear.
Got it.
It is a creature that is able to turn beings to stone with its gaze. So it is imperative that you not look at it directly.
Do we have any mirrors?
Or
Ginny
water.
Weasley style? Yeah.
I don't know. But
Or film cameras, Colin Creevy
yeah.
style? Or ghosts to look through?
Maybe.
but it is now the basilisk's turn, and having received a blast of fire from you, Cal, it will go after you. And it will try to... You hear sort of a hiss as the thing lunges at you and bares its fangs. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit, yes.
All right. So that will be 8 points of piercing damage
8 points of piercing damage, okay.
and 4 points of poison damage. So 12 total, as you hear a little bit of a slight hiss as you feel its fangs bite down into your arm.
Great. So I would like to, as a reaction to that, cast Hellish Rebuke
Okay.
at
Hellish
first level.
rebuke.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The tiefling thing. You point your finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw.
I suppose we don't need to be looking at it to be able to point our finger at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got peripheral vision.
That's a 14.
14. It needed a 15.
All right. Well,
So,
cook me up that damage, please.
So it's 2 more d10.
Jesus. Cal is overpowered.
Yeah,
I love it.
she's really upset. 9 plus 6 for 15 damage.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right, that would be cool. There is now another
For
hissing
Maisie!
and boiling sound as this thing's skin is beginning to crack and peel from the burn wounds on it. Helena.
Nice.
Right. So I can now attack twice per turn, so that's fun.
Yes.
But I can't see, so what I would like to do is run towards it with my longsword, but I don't know, hopefully try and see if it has... Is it casting a shadow? Can I look at that?
Yeah, I think that it's a pretty dark space, so you... I don't think that you could orient yourself by that. And even if you
Right.
could, I think that even that would still be with disadvantage. Like, I
That's
think that
fair.
if you want to avoid the disadvantage, you would need to look at it.
I won't be doing that. I think I know where Cal is, so let's do this with disadvantage. Okay, that's all right. 12 plus 6 for an 18 is with disadvantage.
Dang, that will hit. You bring your sword down and find purchase against this creature, even as you are averting your eyes away from it.
Good, because I am angry with this creature.
Yeah.
And I get 5 plus 3 for 8.
Okie dokie. Mike.
Hang on,
Okay,
I can dagger
Oh,
it.
pardon me.
Sorry, I know.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so disadvantage again. That's 14 plus 6 is 20. I can't believe I can go twice.
It's amazing.
3 plus 3 for 6.
Wow. Yeah, no, you are able to stab it twice in quick succession.
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me. Now, Satus, what do you do on your turn?
Okay, so I have a question. Does the basilisk in D&D follow Harry Potter basilisk rules?
Which one specifically?
Does it hate the sound of roosters?
No.
Ah.
It is indifferent to the sound of roosters. I would say that it is probably pro the sound of roosters because it means that there are roosters around for it to eat.
Yeah,
I was going to
that
use
actually
minor
makes a lot
illusion
more
and
sense.
defeat it with a
Yeah,
cantrip. Okay. Then in that case, I think instead I will go the complete 180. Instead of using a cantrip to solve our problems, I'm going to use a level 3 spell. So I am going to utilize Bestow Curse, which gives me a couple of different options. But at the start,
Yep.
when I cast it, the creature has to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw, lest they be cursed for the duration of my spell.
All right.
So, how about you do the throw
That
as I decide which of
is-
the options?
A 17 on the wisdom saving throw.
Ah, okay, then it is okay because it says Wiz 16, so I think it's safe.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I think that means nothing
It's
happens.
able to shrug off the curse. Also, do you need to be able to see the target of the curse?
Oh, let me check.
Like, does it specify a creature that you can see?
I would, yes, because I have to touch the creature.
Okay,
so
you can touch it.
actually-
You can touch it, but not be able to see it. I think that that's fine.
Cool. Then yeah,
Yeah, I think at this
regardless,
point-
I failed.
Yeah, it has bounced off of it, so we can proceed. Yeah.
Cool.
Cal.
Ooh, back to me. Okay. Just for fun, just because I haven't done this in a while, I am going to use my meta magic.
Ooh.
So I use a sorcery point to utilize distant spell. When I cast a spell that has a range of 5 feet or greater, I can spend 1 sorcery point to double the range, or make the range 30 feet for a spell range of touch. So it's like I'm touching this thing, and I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp on it. So I will try to electrocute it.
I will say that you will still need to be rolling with disadvantage.
With disadvantage,
to try
sure.
to see if you can see where you're grasping exactly. But yeah.
Sure. Ooh, okay. But I get such a good bonus. So it's 8 plus 7 for 15.
Yeah. 15
That
impacts.
hits?
Yeah.
All right. Okie dokie. So that is 2d8 damage. Where's another d8? Thank you. 3 plus 3 for 6.
Okie dokie. The basilisk, you are hearing it start to sound weak. It's panting, sort of sounding more ragged as the damage keeps piling on, and as Cal lands another spell on it.
Let's go.
But it is now the basilisk's turn. Emma, roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
A Constitution saving throw. You got it. Okay, that is 12 plus 5 for 17.
The basilisk, given that it is right in front of you, having just bitten you, maneuvers its face, and you suddenly just, like, out of instinct, blink, and suddenly its eyes are right staring in front of you. And for a moment, you feel your entire body go rigid, and then it loosens up as though something crashed over you, but then you were able to just shake off the effect.
Wow.
It will now, however, try to bite you. It continues to be angry at everything that you are doing to it.
Yep. Yeah, okay.
That is a 7. So I think that it snaps its jaw impotently in front of you.
And I just go, no. Smack it on the nose.
All right, an interesting way to use your reaction for this turn, but we'll call it good.
All right.
Helena Hailstorm, what are we doing?
From knowing it's a basilisk, do I know that it's just its eyes that you can't look at? Its face?
If you are both looking at each other, its effect kicks in.
Right. I would really like to put my cloak over its head if possible. Like,
Interesting. Okay.
lasso it.
Yeah, I mean, that could work. I would say that this would be a sleight of hand check to see if you're able to do this.
Oh, great. Oh, dear. Okay. Huh. I get a 10 plus 1 for an 11. I would be trying to do this
This is
now.
just your regular cloak?
Well, I think I have quite a mountain climbing cloak that we purchased a little while back.
Sure, but
yeah.
like you
It's-
don't have a
it's not
magical
magic.
cloak of something that
No.
I'm forgetting about, right?
No, sadly, no.
Oh, last week we bought anti-basilisk
while I
cloaks.
was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shopping
I
spree.
DM'd. We
Well,
went to a store
Yeah.
where everything was free.
From like
it
the
was great.
mountainside quickie mart that
Right,
you
it
guys
was-
encountered.
Well, yeah, you know how sometimes there's things on mountains where people are like selling fresh juice? Yeah, it was like that.
Totally.
You try to bullfighter style just kind of drape this cloak over the basilisk, but it snaps its jaws, and a moment later you hear this tearing sound as it just rends a hole through the cloak.
So that didn't
no.
work particularly well. So I'm just gonna viciously lash out with my dagger and regroup.
Okay, I think that I'll say that like you could still do your secondary dagger attack, but like your first one would get eaten up by trying to put the cloak over this thing's face.
Okay, thank you. 9 plus 6.
No, hang on one moment. 1 second. Thinking this through, I see no way in which, when the cloak got torn, this thing would not get a look at you. So I think that I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from you for that maneuver.
Oh no. Okay. I get a 13 plus 6 for a 19.
You get the same feeling of rigidity over you, but then a moment later, you're able to shake it off the same way that Cal did.
Terrifying. Ooh.
All right, now roll me attack. Apologies.
Okay. 17 total.
Yeah, roll me damage.
Great. Oh, I get 5.
It lets out this deep bellow as you impact it with its dagger, but it is still on its feet.
Hateful.
Mr. Incurtum.
Okay, I am actually going to utilize Dissonant Whispers at the first level, and the reason is because I just need to choose a creature within range. As long as it can hear. Does this thing have ears?
Yeah, it does.
Cool. Then yeah, I don't have to see it, so it just needs to be within range. So I will do that. They have to try a Wisdom saving throw of 16.
This thing is so fucking wise. Yeah, that's a 19.
What is going on?
Hi.
Wisdom.
Yeah, those are the saves that makes no problem. But I think that means that it only takes half damage, right?
Oh, let me double check. On a failed save, it takes 3d6. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage and does not have to move away. Okay, so let me roll 3d6, and then we'll see how that goes. Where do I go? I'm sorry, I'm using digital. Where do I do just like damage dice on this site?
You should be able to hit.
Oh, I can
the
just click
thing.
the spell.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So that is 12 total, a 3, a 4, and a 5. So that would be 6 damage.
So it's one of these things where, dissonant whispers, it's, like these strange mystical whisperings around you that just kind of say dark, horrible truths that you don't want to face and just, they burrow deep into your mind and cause psychic damage. So I want, like, the basilisk's thought cam as it starts to hear, these thoughts that are like, your father was right. You should have gotten a degree in engineering instead of following your passions. And he's just like, no, I know that is not the truth. I know that I am enough. And in spite of that knowledge, in spite of sort of being able to stand up for itself, there's still just enough in that psychic load to burrow into its brain. And a moment later, you hear it cry out as it starts to bleed from its mouth and its eyes, and then a moment later slumps down dead on the ground.
Let's go.
Nice.
Satus, that was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I don't know what his history is, but clearly the whispers got to him. Thanks to all of you for hitting him with such powerful blows to start things off.
We've all got our demons, right?
But we
But-
look at Maisie.
Yeah.
Still a statue.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Beth.
defeating the basilisk didn't end the curse.
Or, excuse
Can
me,
we-
Cal, you rolled like a 19 with your nature check, right?
I did something like
You
that.
would know enough to kind of know that basically what the basilisk does is not... There is nothing sort of that is temporary about it that is associated with the basilisk. Once it turns someone to stone, they are now effectively stone. There is not kind of a thing associated with the basilisk that is keeping them as stone. The blast of its gaze did the work.
Okay.
There are ways to turn people back from stone. There are powerful
Yeah?
magics that can make that happen. But there is nothing about the basilisk itself that was keeping her as stone.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Cal is just gonna close her eyes real quick and just kind of mutter under her breath. Listen, I know we haven't talked recently, but if there's anything you can do to help me save Maisie, please tell me right now.
Nothing happens.
Nothing.
No.
Dang it. Can I do any kind of other check to see if there's anything I would know about what kind of spell or what kind of
An arcana check.
an arcana check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's not very good.
Very distraught. 6 + 2 for 8.
Powerful magic. there's a part of you, so you know that in terms of healing magic, there is restoration, and then there's greater restoration. You are struggling to remember whether this was one of those things that, required greater restoration instead of just like your regular vanilla corner store restoration spell. If it is, that's kind of bad news, because not every cleric can cast restoration. That is something that requires some like higher level magic.
Okay, well maybe this person we're going to see, who's Maeve's patron, or Maeve's, maybe she'll have that kind of power.
Specifically, you're going to a cathedral, remember? So
true.
Maybe. I just think anything we can try would be brilliant. Otherwise, we're going to have to tell her dad, and I just don't know how we can do that, because Maisie is incredible. I feel awful.
Yeah.
How heavy is the Maisie statue?
She's only little. She's only little, right?
It's a life-sized it's a life-size gnome statue. It's heavy. It's, you can carry it, but it will definitely make the trip harder.
I am very strong.
Yeah.
But if we go up the mountain, we do have to come down the mountain. Yes, we would. Wouldn't we pass this place again? Couldn't we just kind of...
I love Satus's actual logic.
I know.
Couldn't we just hide her or something?
Logical.
That's maybe...
Come back later.
The only reason to bring her with us would be if the person that we're going to can help her.
True.
And she might not want to come back down here.
Look, just be glad that none of you got turned into a statue, because then you would really be in trouble.
Yeah.
That is true. What would have happened then?
Next time on 20 to Midnight Nights.
Patreon exclusive, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Do we have a sense of what fraction of the mountain we are up?
You're roughly halfway, a little bit past the halfway point.
Oh, gosh. That feels like a long way to carry it.
Like perhaps close to the 2/3 mark, but you're not nearly done.
Okay. Well, realistically, Helena, I think you're the only one who could probably carry her. I mean, I guess we could trade off, but I'm not very strong.
Yeah, that 10 and 9 strength respectively are going to do wonders here.
Yeah.
I am strong. I'm also potentially... I mean, we were planning to rest here right before all this basilisk stuff happened.
Yeah.
Maybe in the basilisk cave. I don't know if there'll be more basilisks.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should take a quick rest and think about it.
2 more basilisks arise from... No, I'm kidding.
No!
Little babies.
That's a good idea. Should we search the rest of the cave?
What a great plan, Cal.
A little bit more.
Perception,
sensible.
Roll me investigation checks.
Okay.
It's a natural 1 plus a 3 for a 4.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
I get a 3 plus nothing for a 3.
Very good.
So we're gonna get killed.
I got a natural 20.
There we go.
There we go.
Satus, you are fucking convinced that a stone formation is another basilisk that is just like still curled up and sleeping. You are so dead set certain that it is for sure another basilisk, to the point that Helena, at first you think that that's just a stone, but then you start to see it. You're like, that is all for sure a basilisk.
Look, I can see the fangs.
Don't
and the
look at
tail.
it. Don't look at it, Ben.
I'm not.
What's wrong with you?
But when I first saw it, it definitely reeked of snake.
And it takes Cal to come up and go. No,
guys.
Don't look at it.
I'm just gonna go
Cal,
tap on the rock.
Cal, what are you doing?
Okay.
See?
Okay.
It's a rock.
You do
And
find...
it's not like a rocky snake.
Yeah, it's a basilisk with
It's
another
more like a
basilisk
snaky
basilisk.
rock, but it's a rock.
You find a lot of kind of broken stone throughout the cave, and including what you eventually kind of see as the remains of like the arms of a statue with some bite marks on it. So you start to just kind of surmise that for whatever reason this thing's digestive system works by eating things that it has turned to stone. But you don't find a trace of any other basilisk or any other, for that matter, living creature in the cave, aside from the three of you and your dragons, which, by the way, by the time that you kind of come back around and finish your investigation of the cave, the three of them are kind of prodding the statue of Maisie as though going, why is it not moving anymore? A little while ago, this thing was making sounds and doing things. Why tap, 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 tap? Why is it not tap, tap, doing the things?
We're gonna try to get her back, buddy.
Volt looks at you and then back at the statue. Taps it again.
We're gonna get her back. We're gonna get her back. Don't worry. You'll get your Maisie back.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. I got rolled a 2 plus 4 for 6.
Volt looks at you with a face that goes, why would you make our relationship one built on lies? Why? How? We had a trust thing going on here, and now you are betraying it. The dragon's very large, expressive eyes tell you that much.
I'm not lying, buddy. We're gonna try. We're gonna try really hard.
All right.
So if we do try to carry her up, what is the penalty that we have to deal with?
Yeah.
Whoever's carrying her is going to be rolling with disadvantage on everything they do. Also note that before, Cal, you were leading with Maisie, so you were rolling with advantage, and you will now be rolling without advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But, like, you know, it wouldn't be hard to kind of just bundle her and sort of...
And, like, strap her on.
Like, that part of it, like, that's not going to be challenging. It's the carrying the, 40 pounds of gnome statue up a vertical cliff wall that is going to be the difficult part of it.
Yeah, it does stink, but I think it's the right call. And if we have to switch off, if someone gets exhausted, you can switch off. And I do have a second spell slot where I can do enhance ability, so I could enhance someone to try to offset the negative effects.
Yeah. Okay, I like this. I am up for it, and I think
you're up for it.
Yeah, I don't want to jeopardize the rest of us, so I guess I wonder if there's somewhere we can tie her on, so that if things got really bad, we could
drop her,
kind of leave her tied and carry on without. Obviously, worst case scenario, we drop her to the ground and she smashes, because presumably that would be a harder fix.
Yeah,
yes.
I think
you would think.
So.
We're going to go ahead and say that yes.
I don't know if what I'm describing is possible, but maybe.
So, like, what you're talking about is, just to make sure I'm visualizing this correctly, the going gets tough, it gets difficult, you are not advancing as you should, you kind of reach the inevitable conclusion of, we're not going to be able to do this while carrying this gnome statue. Let's find that rocky outcropping and just kind of lasso around it and tie the statue and kind of leave it hanging on the side of the mountain.
Yes, or even not an outcrop, but like we just, you because we're doing that, aren't we? Like, words. So you could just hang it.
If we,
it's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Idea.
All right, everybody roll me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Wow.
Somehow I feel offended.
Insulted.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a 15 plus 2 for a 17.
Ooh, nice.
I got an 8 plus 0.
Great.
I got a 10 plus 2 for 12.
I think that is enough for Cal and Helena for both of you to kind of look at each other and sort of go, I don't know about this. Like, it has some merits. It would definitely be a good escape hatch, but the wind has been picking up. I think that it would inevitably just kind of end up with the statue getting knocked out and falling. But then Satus, you are like, nah, you guys are not thinking this through, and we can kind of just... You sort of see a way to kind of rig a sturdy engineering sort of solution to it that, if we kind of add an anchor point here and an anchor point here and an anchor point here and just wrap the rope around it in this way, it should be able to withstand even like a very, very large amount of wind. We should be able to do that. You realize that the bigger concern may be how the heck are we going to find it afterwards? Like that may be sort of a bigger challenge. But you are able to kind of visualize a way in which you could pretty safely rig kind of a temporary statue crib, I guess, on the side of the mountain.
Look, everyone, I once read a history book about a trapped rock climber that was able to tie up something in a particular way that I think could work here. Now, we will have to try to mark our location if that is the situation, but we could make some sort of carving or snowman or something to guide our way if need be. But all this to say, I think if worse comes to worse, it's possible.
That's great. That's
all I needed to hear. Thanks, Professor Satus.
At your service.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Alrighty.
Hooray. Okay.
Well, anything else that you guys want to do tonight?
Do we want to take like a short rest?
You're going to want to do that if we want Helena to not be exhausted tomorrow, but yes.
Good stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Yay.
Yeah.
Probably we want to do that.
I think I will take the short rest, but I'm still at full health, so I won't be utilizing any of my hit die. But I don't get any spell things back, right? It would just be health. Cool.
Yeah.
I am going to use a couple of my hit dice, I think.
Okay.
Let's see. I've got 5. I'm down to 19. I'm going to use two hit dice to heal up a little bit.
Alrighty.
So 5 plus 4 plus 2 for 11. Ooh, I'm almost at full health.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to spend some time kind of really tending to the wound from the bite, and you're able to do some like good first aid. You wrap it up, you get in a nice splint, and it's almost feeling back to normal by the next morning.
Nice.
Cal, you haven't had them for the past couple of nights, but tonight, you have more of those kind of strange, violent dreams that you were having the first couple of nights after the dragons were born. And, it's a lot of the same, a lot of kind of, violent images, but it's all sort of very disassociated. It's very abstract. You're not able to kind of follow any through line. You're not able to identify anyone, but you have kind of dreams that are restless and filled with violence once again.
Okay.
Satus and Helena, you do not have these dreams.
Sweet.
Glad.
No. And so we arrive at the dawn of the next day. It is bright and early as sunlight starts to stream through the cave, waking you all up.
All right, up and at 'em.
All right.
And at 'em.
Should we have a little brekkie?
Oh, good plan.
Yeah.
Sounds lovely.
Oh, I bet Maisie would have loved breakfast.
I'm sure she would have.
We'll get her breakfast once we return her to normalcy.
Yes, we will. Okay, we'll maybe have some cheese and bread and
meat for our dragon people.
yeah. Toss some meat bits.
And then make our way.
I'm going to put on the clever hammock thing. The contraption. Yep. Oh, yeah. Great stuff.
Okay. All right. So
as you look up, you see that it is a very bright, clear day. But as always, sort of ahead of you, you see that the peak of the mountain is covered in these dark storm clouds that are completely incongruous with like the rest of this like beautiful, bright, clear day. But the peak of Mount Firmament is still sort of perpetually surrounded by these dark, tempestuous clouds.
Okay, well, should we still go in the same order?
Interesting point. Do you feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, I feel fine with that. I might not be as good at finding us a path as Maisie was, but I'll try.
We trust you.
Alrighty.
Really?
So let's refresh ourselves. For every stretch of the mountain that you're going to try to climb, Emma, you're going to need to pass an athletics check.
An athletics check?
Did we say athletics and acrobatics or just athletics? I think we said both, right?
I thought it was a different check.
No?
Well, there was perception for the people in the front.
Excuse me.
I thought it was perception for me.
Yes. It is perception. Apologies. Yes. And then for our friends in the back, that one is you guys pitch me what you're doing, and we sort of determine what ability it is, right?
Right, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. Very good. Dragons back in packs. We're climbing the mountain.
Let's do it.
And we've got Maisie statue rigged up.
Helena's got her.
All right.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
All right.
Okay.
Let's begin with Emma. How are you doing on the pathfinding?
Let's see. Ooh, not bad. 17 plus nothing. 17.
All right. Great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. You're able to find sort of this like very clear and straightforward path that just kind of like goes straight up from this basilisk cave. Emma and Mike, what are you guys doing for this particular path?
Well, yeah, is Beth second, right?
I think I'm usually third.
Okay. Do we want to put you second because you're carrying Maisie and not in the rear? Is there like a logistical difference between second and third in this case,
I don't
Gabriel?
know.
I think that like there's something to the strongest person being third in case there's something that they need to do in terms of catching someone.
In case
that
we all
slips or
fall.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Then we'll stick with that.
But with that said, we now have a contest between the person with the strongest strength score and the person that doesn't have disadvantage on everything they do. So
That's true. That's true.
I think Helena in the rear still makes sense, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
So then I would go. I think Satus. It is the first little beginning of the morning, so I think Satus is getting up with a nice morning song for everyone, singing about "Oh, what a beautiful morning! Oh, what a beautiful day!"
Yeah.
Excited to start the journey.
excellent. All right, roll me a performance check.
Yeah, so that would be a 9 plus 11 for a non-natural 20.
Jesus.
11. What?
Yeah, no, it's quite inspiring, quite inspirational.
Amazing.
And like it even has sort of this like very driving rhythm that is able to like get you all sort of going like steadily up and climbing, up and climbing, up and climbing. But let's see how that climbing is going for Helena.
Great. I am athletically swinging along here to the song. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be grand.
All right.
Well, okay. Well, I get a 20 plus 6 that I don't get, but a 19 plus 6, so hooray.
All right.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, no. There is kind of this element of, tired? Who's tired? Let's just go. Let's do this. We are climbing up this mountain.
Refreshed. It's the
Feeling
singing.
Great. Yeah. That song is inspirational AF.
Let's go.
And so you're able to kind of arrive at the next little stretch of the mountain. You sort of rise, and after about an hour of going, you look down and see the ledge where the basilisk cave was ways behind you. Next stretch. Emma, how's that perception? How are we finding the path?
Let's see. Not quite as good. 11.
An 11. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. We'll get to what you see in just a moment.
Great.
Satus and Helena, what are you guys doing for this next stretch?
I think Satus, with the song out of the way, is going to go to another old reliable and just start telling an interesting history story. Maybe he elaborates on that portion of the history book where he read about someone tying up something to the side of a mountain, just to give further context.
Great.
All right, so history check. That is a 5 + 8 for a 13.
Okay. It's definitely lost some of its charm, like it's not quite as absorbing as it once was. There's maybe a feeling that the A material for this particular tale got a little bit used up, but it is still a healthy distraction from the just physical rigor of what you're doing. Helena,
I'm gonna plow on.
What are we doing?
Yep. I'm gonna plow on athletics, see how distracted I am. Oh dear. Wow, they were both 2s. That's really not great. 2 + 6 for 8.
Impressive. All right, so the good news is that you're able to, Emma, find another little plateau where you guys could stop and rest. And you quickly sort of probably go like, no, we just did that. Let's plow on. But an hour later, having, found a lot of, dead ends and problems, and especially by Helena just, having some real trouble advancing, you look down, and that plateau is still basically, 20 feet below you. You have not really advanced much at all. So if you wanted to, you could stop and rest, or you could keep going.
Helena, how are you doing? Could use a little rest? I mean, you don't have to be a hero here. I mean, we're heroes. We're heroic, but we want to endure.
I think I'm enduring. This last bit hasn't been great, but I don't necessarily think the next bit won't be better.
I like the way you think.
But I could have lost my mind, I don't know.
Yeah. We could all have lost our minds.
Okay.
I trust you. If you say let's carry on, we can carry on. But there is that little outcropping there.
Yeah, let's carry on.
Okay. Satus, you good?
I'm doing fine. Let's proceed.
All right.
Alrighty.
Let's carry on.
Roll me that perception check, Emma.
Okay. I couldn't persuade you to make it a nature check.
Make your case.
Because I am looking at the nature around me, and I think at this point I'm starting to get a sense of how, I chatted with Maisie yesterday about what to look out for, in terms of finding a good path up the mountain. So I've started to recognize what to look out for.
I'll say this much. I'll let you do a survival check, because I think that what you're describing sounds a little bit more like that.
It's more like survival.
And also, you're
that doesn't do me any good.
You're at this point where the terrain is so barren that there isn't much nature to kind of be observing at this point.
Valid.
You're kind of at the point where all vegetation has receded and it is just kind of straight rock face.
Okay. Well, let's call it a survival check just for fun, just to mix it up. Yeah, but it is the same for me, effectively. Or let's try this one. Enduring and surviving. 10?
Okay. Very good. Helena and Satus, how are you guys?
Let's see. I think, kind of yes-anding off of the survival check that, or the survival-related things that Cal is saying. I think Satus tries to join in and discuss other survival-related tips and tricks and things that he has either read or known about when it comes to ice climbing.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that would be a 16 plus 4 for a non-natural 20.
Sweet,
That's
sweet.
pretty good.
Excellent. You're able to sort of help along with the process in a very real way by doing that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Helena, what about you?
I'm just carrying on. I will absorb their knowledge, but I'm just basically plowing up. That's all. I get a 9.
Could be worse.
Satus is the MVP for this particular bit of the trek.
Big athletic boy, Satus.
Cal is really starting to kind of go like, I think that Maisie would have gone this way, and I think that Maisie would have done this way, and Cal, you're able to Satus, you're able to go, not to backseat drive here, but if I remember what she said, I think that maybe that rock looks a little bit better. And it is only sort of you are able to finding kind of a like really sturdy set of things from which you can anchor that you're able to kind of get Helena up to the next little bit of the climb. But you do keep ascending, and you have now like advanced quite a ways away.
Cool.
Okay.
You've now been climbing for about 4 hours today.
Okay.
Wow, look at us go.
Yeah.
Whew.
So strong.
Yeah.
Helena. Excuse me, Cal. What are you doing?
Cal, back to me.
Yeah.
Well, I think trying to see if I can anything else. No. Unless I could do something like an acrobatics check. Like if there's something that I can do that might lead us up a tricky part.
I'll say this much. You can do that, but then your focus would be purely on kind of going up, and I would need to roll some dice to determine whether you find a good path or a bad path. Like you would kind of be letting.
Could Satus step in to do perception?
You could switch places. Yeah, I think that like you could do that.
Okay. Do you want to do some percepting?
Yeah, I can perceive. If it's basically the same with you and I, perception is something Satus is strong at, so I could take the front and begin perceiving away.
I don't know if we can physically switch places at this point.
I think that we can allow it in the course of the fiction.
Okay.
I think that
cool.
we can.
Yeah.
I think that there may now be sort of this situation where you're kind of climbing in a V formation.
Okay.
But that may not be the worst thing in the world.
Okay. So yeah, Satus, you're pretty good at all this finding paths and stuff. Why don't you take the lead, and I'll try to get us out of some dicey situations.
Sure, yeah. I've found myself quite enjoying this bit of hiking, so I'm more than happy to take the lead.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Nice, you guys are so happy.
Very sorry, Helena. We'll try to get to the top as quickly as we can. Anyway, I'll look for a path, and then that is a natural 20.
God damn.
So 26 total.
All right. Before we get to what you find, Cal and Helena, how are you guys getting on?
After you, Cal.
So I think I would like to do an acrobatics check to see if, Satus is finding us the way. I'm trying to maneuver us so that it's as easy as possible for Helena particularly.
Okay.
So, okay.
And what skill are you pitching that as?
acrobatics.
All right, I buy that.
Okay.
Oh.
Not very good. It's a 4 + 2 for 6.
All right, very good.
So much for that.
Helena?
Thank goodness Satus.
I think I've reached the persuading myself bit here and persuading myself and my little team. I'm like, come on, Maisie, come on, Blaze. We can do this. But no,
Yeah,
they're
you're
not,
carrying
are
a
they?
troop.
Yeah. Let's see how that goes.
It's very Fezzik from...
Okay, so with disadvantage, I get a 13 + 6.
Nice.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, God. 9 + 6 for 15.
All right, folks. Here's the rub.
Oh, no.
Satus, you find this extremely promising path. It's a struggle. And especially for the two people behind you, it is really, it's tough, slow going. And what doesn't help is kind of the stream of forced muttering coming from Helena's side that tends to kind of more worry Cal and Satus than reassure her. Like, it's sort of one of these, like, when someone is really kind of emphasizing how much they can do something, it kind of tends to put a little bit of a worry in your mind about whether they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Helena, you take a level of exhaustion. This is tiring work. And as you sort of round a corner in the mountain and sort of go around the rock formation to follow this path that you found, Satus, you find this little stream that is coming down the mountain.
I check out the stream. I see what's going on.
It looks
it's
like
close
beautiful,
enough.
crystalline, clear water.
Okay, can I take a sip of it and see if it,
Oh, yeah.
Or at least, should I check? Can I check first to make sure it's not evil water?
Yeah, roll me an investigation check, I guess.
Cool. That is a 8 + 3 for an 11.
It shows none of the most common 6 indexes of evil in water.
Cool. Then I'm gonna take a swig of it and see if it makes me feel alive and refreshed.
It makes you feel alive and refreshed.
Let's go.
Satus, you're at full health, right?
I am.
You feel alive and refreshed. Boy, that's some fucking delicious water, though.
Yeah.
Helena, Cal, this stream I've come across here is actually quite nice. It's really hitting the spot. I don't know if you two want to maybe take a quick drink.
I would love a drink.
It's important to stay hydrated.
Indeed it is.
Yeah. Especially when you're at elevation. That's for true in real life.
Wise wisdom there.
Mm-hmm.
Cal, if you,
So, yeah.
you drink from the stream,
I do.
you heal 8 points of damage.
Ooh! I don't even need that much, but that brings me back up to full health.
Helena, you heal 8 points of damage, and you regain 1 level of exhaustion.
Hooray!
Back to
Good.
normal.
Whew.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Whew. This is some good water.
Nice find, Satus. Only
Yeah.
Maisie could have some.
I know.
Okay, can we dunk Maisie in the water?
Yeah.
we
Maisie
sprinkle some just to see if anything happens.
instantly, as soon as the water hits Maisie, the statue is wet.
Yep. Sounds about
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Well, worth a shot.
You son of a.
I enjoyed it.
Me too.
All right.
All right.
Shall we?
We advance.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perception check again. That would be an 18 + 6 for a 24.
Jesus. All right, cool.
Wow.
Cal, Helena, how do we do?
I'm going to. I think I'm going to try to redeem myself with my acrobatics, and now that I'm refreshed by this water,
I can do
just
this.
I can do this. Yeah, I'm so good with rocks. And try to maneuver myself deftly up the hill or up the mountain. That's better. 13 plus 2 for 15.
Just enough. That'll do it.
Great. Whew.
Helena?
I am athleticing myself forward with renewed vigor,
Yeah.
but also still with disadvantage. And I get an 8 plus 6 for a 14.
All right.
Nice.
You rolled, what, Satus? A 39 or some bullshit, right?
Yeah.
A non-natural 24.
It is, thanks to Satus's truly impressive mountaineering skills, that you are able to actually find, like, this sloping path where you're able to actually walk for a little bit and then
wow.
keep climbing.
Ooh,
So you're able to advance, and you're able to, like, go up on this side of the mountain pretty darn quickly.
Nice.
Roll me perception checks, everyone, please.
Let's see. Perception check.
I get
I
a
got-
3 minus 1 for a 2.
Yeah, Helena, like, does not care. Helena's like,
Yeah.
I am only focused
This
on
is
moving
not...
forward.
Yeah.
I
Quite
got
right.
another natural 20
God
this
damn.
time.
Whoa,
26
nice.
perception.
I got a 16.
Okay, great. Satus, you spot them first, but Cal, you also see the same birds as yesterday, sort of flying
Oh.
around you and keeping an eye.
Oh yeah, those
Yeah.
guys. The
Yeah.
spies.
Yeah.
And folks, this is the last moment when you can for sure, in this like little sloping upwards bit, take a moment to break, because as you arrive, you see that the next bit of rock face goes into those storm clouds. So if you'd like to do anything to prepare for that, now's the moment. Let's think about that for 5 minutes while we go on break, and then we see how these guys do
Sounds
as they
good.
go into the tempest.
Cool.
The eye of the storm.
That's right.
If you will.
So we are going to be right back.
Stay tuned.